I went to my school counselor and showed her the bruises on my arms from where Dad had thrown books at me. She called Child Protective Services and they removed me and Wyatt that same day. We stayed with a foster family for 2 months and it was the first time in my life I could just speak English whenever I wanted. I didn't have to think about conjugating verbs or remembering tones. Wyatt started sleeping through the night and I actually started enjoying school again. Then Mom and Dad showed up at family court with their lawyer and all 6 of our tutors. The tutors testified that we were actually making good progress and that multilingual education was beneficial for children. They brought in the linguistics professors who said that while our parents' methods were strict, we were genuinely learning, and that removing us from that environment would waste years of progress. Louise testified that she was grateful for her upbringing, and that Wyatt and I were just being lazy. The judge ruled that we had to go back home. That night Dad sat us down at the kitchen table and said, "From now on there is no more English in this house. You speak the 6 languages, or you don't speak at all." I sit there frozen, my hands pressed flat against the kitchen table to stop them from shaking. Dad's eyes move from me to Wyatt and back again, waiting for one of us to mess up, to say something in English so he can prove his point. Wyatt stares down at his lap, and I can see his chest moving too fast like he's trying not to cry. The silence stretches out so long my ears start ringing. Finally Dad pushes back from the table and walks out, and Mom follows him without looking at us. I grab Wyatt's hand under the table and squeeze it once before letting go, because even that feels dangerous now. We sit there for maybe 10 more minutes not moving, and then I get up and go to my room where the language schedule is already taped to my door. Monday French, Tuesday German, Wednesday Mandarin, Thursday Arabic, Friday Russian, Saturday Japanese, Sunday review. The same schedule that's been controlling my life since I was little, except now there's no escape at all. I change into pajamas and get into bed even though it's only 8 o'clock because I don't know what else to do. Through the wall I can hear Wyatt moving around in his room, and I press my palm against the wall wishing I could tell him we'll figure something out, but I don't even believe it myself. The next morning Mom wakes us up at 6 instead of 7, and when I stumble into the kitchen there are new schedules taped to every single wall. Kitchen, living room, hallway, bathroom, even inside the pantry. Everywhere I look I see those 6 languages staring at me. Mom points to the Monday French schedule and says something in French that I'm pretty sure means we're starting now. I force my brain to switch over and respond in French that I understand, and she nods and hands me a bowl for cereal. Wyatt comes in looking half asleep, and Mom snaps at him in French to wake up, and he flinches but answers back in French. We eat breakfast in French, get ready for school in French, and even though I've been doing this for years, it feels different now. Heavier. Like the words are made of rocks I have to carry around. At the school I can finally speak English again, and it's such a relief I almost cry in homeroom. But by Tuesday night I'm so tired I can barely think. The German tutor leaves at 7 and I still have 2 hours of homework in German, and I'm staring at verb conjugations that keep blurring together. My head drops forward and I jerk awake. Then it happens again. The 3rd time I don't wake up until Mom is shaking my shoulder hard enough to hurt. She's yelling at me in German and I try to focus on what she's saying, but my brain feels like mud. She makes me sit at the table and finish every single problem, standing over me the whole time to make sure I don't fall asleep again. When I finally finish, it's almost midnight and I have to be up in 6 hours. I drag myself to bed and pass out immediately, and then the alarm is going off and I feel like I haven't slept at all. At the school the next day, I can barely keep my eyes open